Welcome to episode number 30 of the Michael Willoughby Show. I'm your host, Michael Willoughby. Today, I'm going to discuss the softball classic as the Hamilton Ticats, Hamilton Bulldogs, and McMaster Marauders have hosted the annual event, the first ever softball classic located at Burnett Stadium. I'll give my 2 cents on that. As well, I'll talk about the depth chart before the training camp for the Hamilton Ticats, as training camp will start in less than 2 weeks' time. But first, the big breaking news in the OHL. Flint Firebirds have hired George Burnett, the former head coach and general manager of the Hamilton Bulldogs, a longtime Ontario Hockey League administrator and head coach. The Flint Firebirds have hired George Burnett to become the team's new general manager. I believe George Burnett is a great hire for the Flint Firebirds, given the fact that the Firebirds had an atrocious inaugural season, the first season after the relocation from Plymouth, with the ownership been involved too much in the team, cost Wolf Nielsen his job as the owner, suspension, and the firing coaches a couple of times during the season by overzealous owner. It was a tumultuous season by the Flint Firebirds. It was a good start to the season, but after the Christmas break, they fizzled out and were virtually out of contention before the trade deadline. So with George Burnett, you get a quality, experienced guy who has over 20 years, close to 30 years overall as a head coach and general manager in the OHL, AHL, and briefly in the National Hockey League when he coached the Edmonton Oilers, and I believe he was assistant coach of Anaheim. He had a few years there between Edmonton and Anaheim. But nevertheless, George Burnett has plenty of experience and respected integrity and credibility, and I'm very convinced that George Burnett will be the right guy to turn over a new leaf for Flint and establish a new culture. That's something that really was meant to do last season, but because of the ownership fiasco, it was a disaster of a season. So George Burnett, great hire, a smart hire by the new owners, the temporary and the interim ownership of the Flint Firebirds, the Ontario Hockey League, and it should be interesting to see how it turns out in the coming years ahead. But I'm very happy for George Burnett. He absolutely deserves a job, let alone a job as a general manager. I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. He has done his absolute due diligence with the Belleville Bulls for 9 seasons, plus the first year in Hamilton as a part of the Hamilton Bulldogs head coach and general manager. A man with integrity, a man with a lot of class, and more importantly, with the winning track record and experience to get the job done as a head coach and general manager. But he is going to be the general manager of the Flint Firebirds. There is expectation that the Flint Firebirds will going to have, along with Burnett, will be hiring a new head coach very soon. So I hope the people in Flint, who has a tumultuous last 18, 24 months with the water crisis and in fact with the team, the hockey team being down in dumps. Hopefully this is as part of the revival process and the bright future ahead in Flint. Albeit, though, I said it early in the previous episodes some time ago. I said about Flint. I said Flint is likely going to be relocated very soon to like Belleville, Brantford, among the places, even Chatham, who I think should have had an OHL team. They had the market. They can share with the London Knights and Sonia Sting in Windsor. They just need to build a legitimate arena to accommodate today's standards of the Ontario Hockey League. And I believe Marcano, the Hunter brothers, was trying to get ownership rights to Chatham Arena for a Chatham OHL franchise before they ultimately landed in London. As Pass has said, it's fizzled out, and like I said, the Hunters went to London. So once again, George Burnett back in the employment line in the hands of the Flint Firewoods. He is the new job manager, and I won't be surprised if he's going to get a head coaching gig with the team if anything goes to Fizz in their head coaching search. So, but the best of luck at Flint. Definitely need a new fresh start, nevertheless. This past weekend, last Sunday to be exact, I went to the Burnett Stadium at Mohawk Sports Park, just the east end of the city, the East Mountain to be exact. The Hamilton Ticats, McMaster Marauders, and the Hamilton Bulldogs, and along with the Hamilton Cardinals, the Inter-County Baseball League team, which is the host team pretty much because the stadium where the Cardinals played is Burnett Stadium. They all hosted the first annual Celebrity Softball, the Community Softball Classic. First annual, it was happened this past Sunday. There was a home run derby. It was a plenty great turnout to see that, as well as the game, which I think is a little bit of a screwball, but nevertheless, it was an enjoyable atmosphere. I very liked the presence of the fan base. All teams come in. It was nearly close to packed as you can get at the stadium. And basically, what I've seen from the players down the field, they had an amazing time. And it's good for them, and it's great for the community to come out and support the local sports teams, the Hamilton Bulldogs, Hamilton Cardinals, and the Hamilton Ticats, and as well as the McMaster Marauders as well. So, yeah, I had a great time. I was with my friends, and without a doubt in my mind, they thoroughly enjoyed it. We got multiple autographs signed. Myself, I had Rob Hitchcock, Mike Morley, two Ticat greats, great players, really good people, as well as Chad Owens. And he is a very nice guy. I even asked him to say that, how has Hamilton trained you? How do you like Hamilton? And he said, it's been terrific so far. He said, I don't want to go back to Toronto. That's the words that he said. So if anybody wants to challenge me or what I just said, fill me up on Twitter or even on social media on Facebook, and I will explain fully what I've heard Chad Owens said about Toronto. Regardless of what I said, it was whatever. The softball classic was a tremendous success, and hopefully they can do it once again in the coming years ahead. Probably in a bigger field like Mohawk Sports Park. Pardon me, not the Mohawk Sports Park. Olympic Park, Mark Anthony Glenn's Olympic Park. They have a big diamond. It is have a lot of parking, and Yeah. Nice open space and a big attracting crowds to, to watch softball as best and absolute due diligence, I should say. So, congratulations, nevertheless, go out to McMaster University, Hamilton Bulldogs, Hamilton Ticats, and the Hamilton Cardinals for pulling on a great show last Sunday. Now, I'm going to talk about the Hamilton Tiger Cats pre-training camp depth chart. And as you may have known, if you follow the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Tiger Cats will be having a training camp. I believe it will start on May 27th when the rookies will come to play. We'll arrive, get the medicals, and the veterans will come the day later on the May 28th. And a possible 1 hour, from what I've heard from a source within the Ticats, who actually follows the Ticats as well. The Hamilton Ticats will likely do a 1 hour exclusive training camp practice. It'll be, like I said, an hour on Saturday the 28th. And on the following day, and probably for days to come during the training camp, it'll be 8-1. That's from what I heard, 8-1. But nothing is set in stone. Go to ticats.ca for more details about the training camp, if it is going to be posted in the coming days this week, or probably at some point next week. Nevertheless, training camp is coming, and I am excited. I am very excited to see what the Ticats can do. Obviously, there's great needs on much particular hotspot positions, such as a kicker who's going to kick with the team. I like a guy named Cody Mandel from Alabama. I saw him on YouTube. From what I'm hearing, is he is going to be via Triddle. He is going to be competing for a spot at training camp for the Tiger Cats to be their kicker and punter. For one, I've seen him on YouTube, and I'm going to post it up right after the show. I like the guy. He has a significant arc to his kick, and he has a flourish technique. He can punt the ball, and he has the leg that can, at a CFL field, can really benefit in his game. He averages like 55, 60 yards per punt. He kicks off very well. He can even do field goals as well, as high as 55 yards. I don't know the 60. It didn't show at the video, but he does have enough leg to go 55 yards at a given opportunity. So that's what I like about Cody Mandel from Alabama. He played in the NFL for a couple of years. Most recently with the Green Bay Packers in the training camp roster. He was cut in 2014, and he has been looking for that job ever since. So that could be my preferred kicking position. Kickoff common training camp, but there will be a kicking competition. Nevertheless, Delbert Alvarado, Brett Mayo is also potential candidates. They likely will report to training camp as well to compete for the kicking and punting duties. So the depth chart consists of the offense and defense and special teams. Obviously, we're going to just to say special teams out of the way. Like I said, there's an open competition for kicking and punting positions. I have said in the past that, when Matlock was released, it was a major fail. And obviously, the Ticats got to have the due diligence